set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 24, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a seventh and eighth. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Here's Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
This is Carson. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Carson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Myers' kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They fake the give. Now Wentz. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Well, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it with Carson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right. They'll find Everett there, complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Throwing on first is Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's got this down to the 35.
10th season now in the NFL for T.Y. Hilton, all of them with the Colts, and he went over the 600 catch mark last year for his career. He continues to be a reliable target downfield for Colts' new quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Not much there, only a yard. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the big quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Taylor. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kylan Granson with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. He'll find Below out of the backfield. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That ball caught by Campbell. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Carson, the first down and more, as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
First down.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now he'll escape to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Goes right side, and he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On play action, it's Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
40 catches as a rookie for Michael Pittman. He overcame some early injury problems and really developed into a reliable target as the season went on. The son of a former running back, that's what he looks like after the catch.
Wentz now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wentz now to throw. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 2nd and 7.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Man, I got you.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. He's got Granson, his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have the first down before he's brought down to 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. Touchdown, Colts. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. 3
yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Going for the deep ball. They've got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it, and an opportunity missed. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check 56.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Carson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They do tack on the extra point as well, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 21.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. And Wentz going to slide to his stop. He does have the first down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The give to Taylor. Oh, eluding the tackle. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.